Welcome back, everybody. It's tractorchute here, the stash with class, the chute with a boot. Let's get this baby going. I'm already interested just by seeing the names here. In the upper left-hand corner, it is my favorite girl, CarlyRaeJope. Carly Rae. Not too sure. Carly Rae, she sang a song. I'm not too sure what song it was. Probably a pretty popular one if I do remember correctly, but I cannot remember, to be honest with you here. A will be playing in the upper left-hand corner, or she could be, you never know, as the red Protoss in the lower right-hand corner. It is the man or girl again here, not too sure by the name here. It is XoXoX. Hugs and kisses. Shouldn't be a bad game here, I wouldn't have to imagine here. I actually had that up there already. As you do see the blue Terran here looking pretty good so far as he is mining away, planting that spy depot in the back end of his base here. In the upper left here, good girl or man of Carly Rae has the pylon down there. Not doing too bad. No scouting as of yet. Actually not too sure of what skill level these guys are, as I did not pay attention during the loading screen. As I did get up and got a drink of water. So there you go. So we will stand around here without any sort of scouting early in the game here. Does put that on the ground here so you can stand on top of it, mine those minerals. That will help quite a bit there. Gives you extra mining time when you're standing on the supply depot. Gateway is going to go down for Carly Rae. And we will sit back and relax and figure out something to talk about. Set up my brand new tent tonight. It was fairly interesting here. XoXoX. Root, stay root. Yep, makes about as much sense as I do half the time here. Rats stay rats. There you go. These guys are teaching you about as much as I would teach you if I was ever playing a game here. That is the same kind of stuff that goes through my head. Good sayings like that here. Barracks is going down here, well as a refinery here. So XoXoX doing pretty decent here. Double gas going down for Carly Rae as well. Didn't Carly Rae sing like Friday or something like that there? Or Carly Rae saying something anyways. I'm really bugging me. I can't think of the song that Carly Rae sang, but I'm sure it was a doozer. I remember it was a very popular song. Just can't remember exactly what it was. I'm sure I'll think of it by the end of the game, though. But either way, we do have a rally point down the other end of the map. Yeah. I think we've got a pretty good idea what we're going to see here. Is that going to mean Reapers? It means Reapers. There you go. So we are going to see that here. Take a look at the APM. 80 to 70. Both these guys rocking some pretty decent APM there. So we are going to get a little bit of an early game Reaper harass with the orbital command going down as well here. Without any scouting. Of course, this could really suck for Carly Rae. I would feel so bad for you if this ends up doing you in here. As you can see, he's pressing a lot of buttons there, highlighting everything he can. Make sure he keeps the APM. Whoa, got her up to 102.95 is what I meant to say there. Take a look at the units tab. We just have out the one Reaper. Of course, going to have a little bit of a probe advantage, of course, with that Reaper being built. Reaper's going to move across the map here. It is going to get over there quicker than most units will in this game here. And he is electing to go with a... Oh, he's actually going to go with reactor first. Usually I like to see two Reapers and then go for the reactor. But either way, to each their own. Expansion going on as well here for Carly Rae. Fairly decent so far for him. Hopefully, or she. Like I say, I have no idea. I always hate to give him a gender when you really don't know what it is. So here he goes. He's going to try and harass with the one Reaper here. Might be able to do a bit of damage, especially with no units on the field as of yet, but can start pounding that stalker out. Oh, Mothership Core was out. My bad. I did mess that there. Very well done by you, Carly Rae. I will say you are doing decent so far here. Carly Rae has a probe there. Probe wanted to go out there and make sure the Reaper was dead. Now it's going to go back to mining away here. Stalker will eventually get out here, so that should stop the Reaper harass, I would have to imagine. Yes, it does. So Marines are now going to... Are they just set to go? Yep, they're going to go across the map here. Still hasn't changed the rally point. Don't know if that was by mistake or if he actually wants to try and continue with the pressure here. Command center is going down as well here, so he's looking to macro the heck out of this game here. But Mothership Core is going to cross the map, hopefully intercept anything it can see. Give him a good idea what's going to head out this way here, realizing that the Stalker is out. I have to imagine Sentry will become pretty quick. Yes, it is. There's the Sentry Warp Gate technology coming as well. Stalker's going back and forth, getting that exercise here. I'd like to see that. Mothership Core slowly getting across the map here. And the Marines, he did stop him in the end there. So did realize that the rally point was set at the other end of the map. And we'll get everything mined at this end here. It does have a 1-1 build so far. Factory goes down right into a starport, of course. Pretty standard build out of him so far here. And is going to use this to try and basically saturate the heck out of his main with both those command centers here. They're going to stand top of the ramp, make sure nothing can get in there. And Mothership Core will not go up the ramp, believe it or not, so it will actually get right in the base here. It will see that we do have a 1-1-1 build, and we have moved this over to the reactor, but we are actually going to go with Hellions. Very interesting choice, especially when playing Protoss, but hopefully they can try and keep map control with it. Almost knock down the Mothership Core. It can be very, very close. Mothership Core does get out of there scot-free. Very well done here. Like I say, he's going to continue to saturate this fully before he decides that he's going to fly that command center off here. There's a couple of Hellions getting out. Of course, opponent did not scout that, so has no idea Hellions are on the map here. Usually you would think Widow Mines when you see a reactor on there. And if we take a look over here, it does look like we are moving ourselves into 3-gate technology right to a robo. So 3-gate robo, I do like that build. Actually, one of my favorite builds to watch. And there we go. Marines are going to move out here. XoXoX. CarlyRae's a little bit, not too sure what that means. That didn't make any sense. So I'm pretty sure he accidentally hit the enter key a bunch of times in between his R for whatever he was trying to do with R, whatever that's hotkey for. I'm sure it's something very smart that I should know about, but either way, he will sit back and build off these 3-gate robo. You can see is spitting the immortals out here, so that will definitely help him at the top of the ramp here, and the couple sentries should allow him with some good force fields to keep this little bit of an army at bay here. It is only 6 Marines trying to move in here, so they're going to get their way all the way across the map here, move their way into the base here, but of course they're not going to like what they see. I do not believe, especially that Mothership Core. Mothership Core does have the option of photon overcharge with the amount of energy it has there. Here we go. He's going to try and move in there, try and get a sentry kill. Doesn't quite do it. Need at least probably a 3-shot. Tries the force field. Of course, not enough there. Way too much open ground, but enough to get him out of there. A decent army on the top as well there, so not doing too bad here. It is 64-46 away, so I will say CarlyRae is a little bit ahead on that one here. We have a little bit of an attack over here. Looks like the Hellions managed to sneak their way in there. Hellions are going to go to work on this middle line as best they can here. Don't think they're going to end up getting back out of this base here, as the Immortal and the Sentries do stand over there. They're going to go to work on the Hellions. We'll end up taking out the rest of those Hellions quite easily there. There's the last Hellion, ends up going down there. If we take a look at our tab here for kills, it does look like he did get 8 worker kills out of that, so not that bad of a harass. Was it worth it in the end? Fairly even, to be honest with you, as far as the mineral count loss goes there. And there we go, planting the heck out of our gateways here. 6 gateways on the go here. 7th gateway ends up going down here. Still working on the 1 robo. So we're going to stick with the robo and a heavy gateway type unit build here. He's also getting another pylon down, making sure he remains from getting supply block. Fairly decent game so far, I will say that. CarlyRae, you could do more than sing. We do know that now. XoXo is electing to wall this baby off as best he can, maybe expecting a little bit of a counter attack, but you will be a little bit lucky as there's no counter. Also has a couple Widow Mines in the background here that will definitely support. There's the loaded up medevac. It does actually choose to unload those units there. Basically gave him a quick ride back home to prevent them from walking that great distance. And Proxy's going to go down on the way here as he does decide to move out here. Checks out that Naga Tower, sees there's nothing too close to him, and will move out with a very heavy immortal count that will definitely help to go through that wall if he actually engages that wall here. At the same time, those Widow Mines will be something to deal with here, as I don't think he has any vision. No vision as of yet here. Wouldn't mind to see, did you get the observer down here? Where's our observers? Coming down here. There it is there, so it will slowly make its way down here. And now we're going to push it in here. Like I say, with that amount of immortals, we'll be able to melt down that barracks at least fairly quick. He has a lot of supporting SCVs out front here. Not too sure if he expected this army to push or what exactly he's doing here. Good force fields to get those SCVs off there. Targets down the barracks very decently. Look at those force fields. That is a lot of force fields. Of course, Immortals don't really care for Marine Marauder type armies here, but Sentries don't mind it too much. Does end up chasing him out there. Very even battle here. We'll warp in a little bit of reinforcements here. Force him a little bit further back here. Of course, with those Widow Mines here, doesn't really want to deal with those too closely here. And we'll try and continue the pressure here. Make him use that APM. Make him get a little bit off target here. There we go. Takes down the bunker here. Good force fields going down. And we'll see that the force fields are pretty sick, but that Marine army is just very strong. There's a lot of Marines down there. I do not believe they have stim. No stim as of yet. A little bit surprising there. Trying to target down the second barracks here. Weren't targeting it, but they do end up taking it down there. Have to retreat. Have to reinforce this army one more time here. So we'll get some more Zealots on the map here. Zealots still don't have Zealot legs, but they get caught going. Don't know if you want to get too close there, especially without your supporting army. So they will reaccumulate themselves together there and might actually force a retreat here. Opponent is trying to push out a little bit here, and we'll be able to take down that proxy right away here. So very decent job there. So that is enough to chase his opponent out of here. So very decent job so far out of XoXoX for defending this here. Does end up taking out the other pylon here. So we'll slowly get him down there. So he is back down to 100. Still has a lot of supply gap there to build some more units if he chooses to do so, which I have to imagine he will, believe it or not. If we go down the other end here, we still have a heavy gateway. We are finally getting into forges here, so getting the double forge is going to work on those upgrades very heavily. Trying to warp in more units here is about even in the supply count here, so not too bad here. Does take out another pylon, almost actually supply block CarlyRae. That's not good at all here. So we will see what happens here. Sorry, okay, it was not Black Friday. That was Rebecca Black. Okay. CarlyRae saying the other really pot. Call me maybe. There you go. Okay, we're going to attack this army here. They're going to push this back pretty hard here, especially with the photon overcharge, and I do believe he probably might have needed that, but I think he might have been able to defend it. Either way, it's definitely going to be a big support to keep his opponent on the back fence here. So opponent will actually get healed up a little bit, and looks like he is going to end up retreating there. At the other end here, sorry I did miss this, Zealot warping. Zealots are really going to work in here, making a lot of trouble here. Here's the warping pylon over here. So good little hidden pylon there. So Zealots are going to continue to bang away this as best they can. Probably won't have enough to end up taking it out, but also has some more Zealots over here. They end up getting taken out there. So decent warping by our good guy or girl CarlyRae. There you go. Knows more than just call me maybe. There we go. Gonna go work on the last Zealot in the base here. Might want to start looking out for that proxy pylon, as it does warp in some more Zealots here. So more Zealots are going to come his way here. 4 more to be exact. They might actually end up killing off some SCVs, depending on how quickly his opponent reacts to this here. They're going to go to work on that SCV line. Does turn them all away there, but we'll get a couple kills before they end up retreating him out of there. And there we go. They do trap all those Zealots here. We'll end up taking them out there. Has to know the proxies up this direction at this point. Might want to start surging forward a little bit here. In the meantime, opponent has lots of time to amass an army at the other end here. But either way, they do sit fairly even on the count there. And also has the probe up here on the Naga Tower, which will help keep that vision here. But opponent's going to move out finally here. Opponent does have his stim pack, combat shield. All his upgrades are finally done for that ground army here. Those are pretty much a must. No concussive shells, though, so a little bit surprising. Could be working on that, though, but at the same time, he is really being a nuisance down here. Continuing to send Zealots in at the other end here. They're going to go to work in here. They're preventing all the mining time over here. They do decide to just go back to mining. They're like, just ignore it, boys. Let's just mine the heck out of this here. Don't worry about those things bashing your head in. Just keep mining. That is what the boss tells you to do here when you play for Team XoXoX. And more warpins as well here. Wowzer, I'm a little bit surprised the opponent hasn't reacted to this at all and started looking for this proxy pylon here. They're going to go to work. He is trying to get a bunker up at the very least to at least support the guarding of the mineral line here. And there we go. Attack will start at the other end here. There's the scout there trying to see anything that might be cloaked in that army here. And they're really going to go to work here. This is not looking good at all here. That Marine Marauder army is just so strong, especially with that stim and those supporting medevac. Very good force fields though. They went down everywhere. Photon overcharge goes down. Another warping goes in. That will force him to retreat while he beats the shit out of the mineral line here. That didn't go overly well here. They're going to try and target that down here, but Marine Marauders do come in to support that here, and he will retreat right out of there. But they did end up killing down the bunker there, so that will definitely help him a little bit here. 1 Zealot left to beat on that command center. Won't do a whole heck of a lot there. And it does look like the probe has finally given up in that area, realizes that he is going to scout that, and yes, there we go. Scouts out that warp in there, or scouts in the pylon there. The slot will help him out quite a bit to prevent any more of this harassment here. All these medevacs were flying around without anybody to heal here. They get back to their army here. Look at that medevac count, up to 9 medevacs, but at the other end, we do have 11 Zealots, 3 Robos, 1 Stalker, 3 Sentries, and 6 Tempers. We have elected to get into Tempers here. Not too sure if he's going to elect for Archons on the end, in the end here. But he doesn't have Storm as of yet, anyways, or at least it hasn't recharged itself there. There we go. Now it's ready to go. So Storm's ready to go down. Of course, right on cue. There's the Storms we'd like to see there. Zealots have Zealot legs by the looks of there. They are turboing in there, pushing this army back, splitting them up big time here. Zealot's doing a decent job getting that split on the army there with those Storms forcing that split there. Do put down another one. Opponent's doing a decent micro job trying to stay out of those Storms here. They're trying to go to work here. It's going to be fairly even here. Food count staying fairly even. Does take out the rest of those Zealots here. Immortals are going in. Does look like we're finally going to get some Archons here. They used all their energy on the Storms here. Archons are going to look at cleaning this army up. And they're doing a decent job, but just too much there. He pushes them back here. That's a very high healing count he's got with those medevacs here. So push them back, but doesn't manage to... He does eventually get the expansion off of that attack there. So really supporting very good macro game here, getting that expansion out while attacking here. And he's going to continue to put pressure on there, doing a little stutter stepping here. We'll end up taking out that other Zealot here. Only has 1 Zealot, but those couple of Mortals, they'll even take a lot of damage here. Of course, Observer is keeping up with them a while, does decide to pick him up and fly him out of there. Says forget about that, because at the other end we have some more Warpin Zealots here. They're going to work here, trying to clean up the army at the other end here. Do force everybody off the mineral line again, really delaying this third from doing anything with the amount of mining time it has taken out here. If we take a look at it here, you do see 56 workers kill. So you want to see a man that's been warping in a lot down here, and I haven't been seeing it. That is a lot. 56 workers killed is a decent count. And also has that, there it is there. I was going to say that proxy pylon in another decent location, really forcing his opponent to look all over the map here. And that's exactly what his opponent's trying to do here. A good idea to put it right here. Actually, that's a very decent warp-in spot there, as the opponent has no idea. Look at him. He's actually going all around the outside, gets hold of that Naga Tower. I don't believe that'll give him enough vision to get over here. And we are going to warp in another unit here. It is just 1. but it is one powerhouse of a Z-Lot here. CarlyRae Z-Lot moving in here. CarlyRae's going to try and get himself in the base here. We'll experience the great big Marauder heavy army here. They'll massacre that pretty easily here, trying to get down to another bunker. Might get another SCV kill. There's another SCV kill. So very well done by a good man. What was his name? XoXoX. There you go. Tough to remember names sometimes, I tell you. Another warp-in pylon there as well there. So got a couple proxies on the map here that will definitely help here. And he is going to pressure out hard here. Is sitting on the 1-1 upgrades. At the other end here, we do have 1-1 as well. So both these guys even in their upgrade count here. Not overly high on the upgrades, but their micro is just sickening sometimes. They're very, very good in the micro game here. Oh, might get the medevacs caught out of position here. Hopefully not. He does end up getting them back there. There they go. They end up using their turbo boost, it looks like there. Not too sure why, but either way there, they end up finding the army there. There's a lot of storms going down as well here. So CarlyRae's going to back off here. XoXo does put down another stim there. Doesn't really do him a whole lot of good, but he was preparing in case the army engaged here. So there we go. Army is going to engage there. Now we're going to get the war he wanted here. He's going to try and stutter step by there. Lots of storms going down, forcing that army back there, but at the same time, now he's pushing forward right through the storms here. So forget about the storms, put the umbrellas on, let's do this up, boys. Does put the scan down there, so does see exactly where the army is, continuing to get the vision there. Gonna go to work, stutter stepping those Z-Lots here, get a couple more kills. Marauders are really going to work. It's a very Marauder heavy army here. There we go, push them right back to the base. They kind of stutter step back and forth here. Gonna work on rehealing that army. Still even on the food count, 137 to 127. Another scan goes down, sees the army still standing around in there. Has a couple Templars in there as well, 7 to be exact. A little bit more than the couple. So he will decide to push forward a little bit more here, putting down some more stims there, but healing right after that there. So they're going to go to work, try and kill all these frontline Z-Lots here. Not doing too bad of a job, keeping the pressure on their opponent here. Good stutter steps, taking on a lot of these Z-Lots, but a lot of those storms do go down. Force that army backwards here. There's another stim. See, with that amount of supporting medevacs of 7, they will easily reheal this army. And it does look like he is going to retreat with the stim, so definitely wants to back out there, because at the other end, we have some more warped in Z-Lots. Those Z-Lots are going to work there, really killing off the Marauders and Marines that are left at the other end here. Not doing that bad of a job, continuing the pressure at the other end while trying to micro his main army up. He actually gets a few Z-Lots past the main gate there. They're going to go to work on the mining guys over here, try and get some more worker kills. Worker kills is just tremendous at this point. Does have himself up to 62 worker kills, so not doing that bad of a job here. Does end up cleaning that up finally with that Marine Marauders there. Also has the double Stargate pumping as well there, so looking pretty good. And we are going to bring in some more Z-Lots here, continue the pressure down the other end here. He's going to sneak his way in there, but that army is fairly close. They could turn around here. Going to go to work on some more of those SCVs there. Does see the army there trying to kill him off here. We'll bring back the entire army to try and clean this up. So he's really keeping him on his game here, keeping that APM high. Wowzer, we've gone up to 200 to 196 average. Looking not too shabby. Income tax fairly even here. Both these guys playing a very decent game so far here. Does go up and down. Decides that he's going to look for some more proxies here, as he is probably getting more than annoyed at this point in time. Finds one of the proxies. You might want to keep looking, my good man. Keep going up, and you might end up finding yourself another treat up there. So we'll get to the top round. Both these guys are intersecting each other. Not intersecting. Both these guys are going to cross by each other. So, oh, maybe not. He did see him take out that proxy there. So we'll elect to try and pull back here. That's a lot of high Templars there. That is a lot of storms to go down. If he catches the opponent, I would have to bet the storms are going to hit the back end. If he can do so, to prevent the opponent from backing off. But he is actually going to push him backwards with these storms here. Continuing to push forward. A lot of Immortals in this army here, and a lot of high Templars. So if he can get them into Archons in time after he uses all his storms, might make for a very big Archon army, which will be very, very scary. Marines trying to get some kills there. There we go. Forces the army to turn around back and forth here. Continuing the scans. Very, very good on the hotkeys here. There's the storm taking out as much as it can there. At least wearing the army down. And they do push them right back here, but at the same time did end up getting another warp in there, and these Z-Lots are really going to do some damage. Not a lot in there other than the fact he does have the full bunker here, but that bunker will end up going down. Z-Lots will start to clean this mess up here. At the other end here, we are getting some big attacks. Tons of storms. Holy, forced those medevacs to pick their units up, but I think that might be the GG coming this way, as it looks like he has forced the hand there. Kind of made his opponent mad that he couldn't get out of that engagement here. Just too much going on here. Z-Lots are going to wreck the other end of it here. They're going to go to work, try and take out that command center here. Looks like the opponent's given in, left his computer here. Nobody's moving on his team here. So that should pretty much be the GG. If his opponent was at the computer, I would say it is going to be a GG. But it does look like the computer did leave, as all his units are standing around here. Has pretty much given up, but does have a few more Marines and Marauders trying to move down the other end here. There's some transferring probes to get their fourth up and running there. And we will actually amass a little bit of an army here, so not too shabby. Still has a tiny bit of an army, but at the same time, his food count is just ridiculous at 163 to 55. So advantage to CarlyRae, I will say at this point. And with that amount of immortals, they'll be able to knock these buildings down very, very quickly at the other end here. And does look at the army is going to come back for XoXoX. And maybe look to do a little bit of a base race, but at the same time, I think he realized that army is way too big to base race. But he might try it anyways. It might be his only hope. Here we go, CarlyRae. You're going to move your way in there, probably take out those 3 command centers with a couple shots, or not. We're going to move right into the natural here. Go to work on here, take out everything we can, and those immortals are going to do a ton of damage to that command center there. We'll end up knocking the rest of this army down here, but at the same time, opponent did elect to try and do a little bit of a base race here. He's going to try and get into the main, try and take out all the production buildings it can. There's the warp in. Might actually be able to knock down the warp before it happens. Yes, he does. Very well done. There's the photon overcharge. There's the time warp. There's the warp in. That should pretty much clean everything up down at this end of the map here. Does get a little bit of a stim off at the same time, forces the army down the ramp, but they do get trapped by the one zealot here. Photon overcharge will clean that army right up with the rest of those zealots here. And at the other end here, he's going to push in with that mass amount of immortals. Has some high templars, has some archons, a lot of archons in fact. Even storms his own units here. That is a stormful victory if you ask me there. Very well done, CarlyRae. And thank you for your song, Call Me Maybe. XoXoX, I give you my condolences and leave you with this. If you ain't seen a woman yet, just make sure you don't wear white shoes, especially if you're scuba diving in winter. Thanks so much for watching. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.